Hello and welcome to another update video about Cardano. In this video we're going to take a look at the Cardano chart, also the Bitcoin chart, and we can see that at the moment after the good day yesterday, most cryptos are dropping again quite a bit, including Crow. Yeah, one crypto which is really going well is Shiba Inu. Might be related to that Kraken listing that was announced, but overall most top 10 cryptos are going down. So we take a look and why I think that could actually be a good sign. So yesterday I mentioned that this could be the beginning of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move to the upside, and I think this is what we're seeing. But there is one thing that concerns me slightly, so let me just adjust that. So there you go. You can see one thing. First of all, I think this is a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, which is a first sign that we have seen the bottom here, because this is a first impulsive move to the upside, and an impulse only runs in the direction of the higher level trend. So the trend might have changed again back into an uptrend. Okay, so that is looking quite positive. What we however need to have is normally a wave 4 must not at all come into the price range of wave 1. And again, it would have been too easy, wouldn't it? Because now what we can see here, you can see it actually if we go higher, you can see that there is a very, very minimal overlap of wave 4 and wave 1. I mean, it is really just a few dollars. Normally that's not allowed, okay? I sometimes argue that in a highly volatile market like the crypto market, this is sometimes okay, but strictly by applying the Elliott Wave rules, this would not be a valid 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is, however, I still go with it for the moment because I think it is a highly volatile space, the crypto space, and it really looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? What we see now though is we have to have a 3-wave structure to the downside, yeah? So that is what happens. You have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up, and then you have an ABC down. So what we can see here currently is possibly that ABC at play. So from the top here, you have an A, a B, and a C. Okay, so that wave C is obviously at play, and if that wave C is really a wave C, yeah, and I'm not just miscounting here, or that really broke the rule, that wave 4 came into the price range of wave 1, then we are having here a ABC correction. So this is currently playing out. What we need to see though is then within that ABC a price retracement, which we are doing at the moment, and that retracement, if we take a measure here, could theoretically come down all the way to around 54k. Yeah, so it's something to be aware of. I don't think that's very likely to come down that far in an impulsive to the upside. I would rather say we probably come down to 55.5 or 54.5. Yeah, so these are the two levels that I think we will come down to. The reason is that wave 1, because, alright, just explaining, that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would be part of a larger wave 1, okay, because every impulse is part of a high level wave as well. And if you want to understand that better, please check out my second channel in the description. I've started a playlist on Elliott Waves and to explain it, but that would be part of a higher wave 1, and that ABC correction would be part of a higher wave 2. So that wave 2 can retrace quite a lot. A wave 2 typically retraces quite a lot because it's only the beginning of an uptrend. People aren't quite sure yet, is it really an uptrend or what? And a lot of people are usually in an uptrend, in a beginning uptrend, shaken out of the market. That is normally why it is generally recommended, and this is not financial advice, this is only what generally is said about this, is that when you get into a trade, for example, you try to get in very early in the wave 3. Because after this wave 1, a wave 2 now to the downside, and a wave 3, that is when you would try to get in, because then it is already more likely that it is a valid trend to the upside. If you're still in a wave 1 or still in a wave 2, it is very, very early, and it could just not be, it could be still something different, okay? And this is just purely by applying here the Elliott Wave rules. So, but generally said, as I said, the wave 2 can retrace quite a bit. Maybe we already find support here at 56.1. If you don't see that support here, we will come down to 55.5. if you don't see that support here to 55.5, and to be honest, we could even get down to 54, but obviously if we drop below the previous low, which will be here at 53 point, where were we? I just need to just double check. If we come down below 53.3, this would not be a valid Fibonacci, basically not a valid uptrend anymore, of course, because you're making then a lower low. Overall, not looking bad at the moment. Haven't come above critical resistance levels here. So let me take that out. We need to get above this level here at 59.5 first. Yeah, so first we need to get above this descending trend line. If I zoom out, you can see the descending trend line. We need to get above that. That is today at 58.5 roughly, but then also we want to get above that previous high, which is at 59.5. Everything that happens in this space here between the current price and actually 59.5, I think, is not really worth talking about too much, because it is still the high volatility that can account for that, okay? But we just need to find support here somewhere higher, as we did before, and that would be another confirmation that we have begun our move to the upside. But it's a bit too early to say, because we have seen that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is great. Now we come down. Now we need to see if it's an ABC. But overall, we are on the right track as it seems. The only thing that concerns me a little bit is that we didn't really get above this descending trend line here on the Bitcoin chart. Cardano looked better yesterday. Cardano did yesterday get above this trend line. Yeah, you've got the similar trend line on the Cardano chart here. However, we didn't really get above it. Yeah, we didn't unfortunately. We briefly were. I made the video on it. You know, we were above it, but we failed to. Well, we did retest it actually successfully, but then we failed in the next attempt, unfortunately. So, looking here at Cardano, it's looking a bit different. I don't think we have necessarily seen here an uptrend, because it is looking a bit different also from an Elliott Wave count point of view. If you apply the same logic that I just applied to the Bitcoin chart, by the way, I didn't make up the rules or anything, I'm just applying the Elliott Wave method here. Basically, I can't really, just didn't want to do that. So let me just go here to Cardano, and on the Cardano chart, if we start from down here, wave 1, you would then probably have to have a wave 2 here, a wave 1, a wave 2 here to the downside, a wave 3 to the upside, and then you basically come down to find that wave 4. That is not possible, which would indicate that you were still here in a wave 3, so possibly that must have been then, okay, that would have been the wave 4 then, but then we didn't come higher enough in a wave 5, so actually it's not looking like a clean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 structure here. Now you're coming down even lower. It doesn't really look like a clean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 structure. You would have had this as wave 4 and then this as wave 5, but again, in this wave 4 you come down far too much here. I mean, maybe if I had a look here at a lower term time frame, maybe it would make more sense, or I could apply that here. But on the 1 hour chart, I can't really see that here. It doesn't really look like a clean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the upside, which would basically say or tell us, right, Bitcoin is looking possibly okay, but even there we saw that violation of the rule, and Cardano, it doesn't really look that clean. Even worse, because here we've got some violations, and 1, 2, 3, it doesn't really, and now we're even making a lower low here, so you would have to have that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 somewhere here in this structure, but I can't here at the moment really see that clean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because you come down too much. And even if that then would have been the wave 4 here, in a wave 5 you would have had to come higher. Now what sometimes happens, and again this is where Elliott Waves become quite complicated, there are possibilities that wave 5 is actually lower than the wave than the preceding wave 3. So theoretically you could argue, right, maybe that was a wave 1 here, a wave 2, a wave 3, a wave 4, which just briefly again cut wave 1, and then you have a wave 5, but the wave 5 is actually not as high as the wave 3. I know it looks a bit strange, but there are instances where this is allowed based on the Elliott Wave rules. And then again, what you would expect now is well, maybe we saw that already here, an A, a B, and now we're in the C correction. So let's see if we make a higher high, then this higher low, I mean, yeah, so possibly retracing here, but making a higher low overall of that larger degree wave that we can see here. So it would be a retracement that we would have from the beginning of, so either from here, again, you would possibly come down to a level, first support now 153, next support 150, which is, I think, is the most likely one. If we fail that, it's again 147. And even below that, it theoretically it could even come down to 145 or 144.7 and 142 here, and then you would still be sort of making higher lows overall, and it would still be allowed in an uptrend based on the Elliott Wave rules, because you would still be higher. Yeah, if this is coming down now, this correction, and even if you came down to 142, just slightly above it, you would still possibly be in a beginning uptrend, because this again was probably beginning of a larger wave 1 here. Now we're in a larger wave 2 correcting, and as I said in just when I talked about Bitcoin, the larger wave 2 generally can retrace quite a lot, and from there we could then expect further moves up. But again, in a wave 1-2, it's very hard to say, are we already in an uptrend? But this again was probably the first beginning, as it looks like it, because you had a 5-wave structure to the upside. Yes, with a bit of an exception for wave 5, but let's see. We briefly came above that trend line, but again we have fallen now below the trend line. So overall, it looks like still like a downtrend, but there is hope here with that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move. That's pretty much Cardano today. I'll keep you updated about the moves on the Cardano chart. Hope you liked that update video. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.